Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Net or Gold. I'm Mike, and I want to talk to you real quick about sea moss yet again. What I want to do is I want to break down how to tell the difference between fake sea moss and real sea moss. So there's usually one strand of fake sea moss and like 3-4 different real sea moss. So I want to break it down for you so you all can see just what you're getting yourselves into, okay? So with that being said, let's get started. All right, so the first one we're going to look at here is the fake sea moss, right? This is the farm-raised sea moss that I picked up from our international food market. The first thing you'll notice with this one is how thick everything is. Like, this is fresh out of the container. This was the container it came in, right? And it was already, I don't have the stickers anymore, but it was already thick like this. And it's extremely mushy. Like, it's already super squishy and soft. And obviously you can see all the salt that's right here, right? So all this salt is essentially like table salt. So there was some research that I saw when I was looking up sea moss, and what they'll do is when they make it in the pools and everything, like they make it in swimming pools and stuff like that, fish tanks, they'll put on there like table salt, right? Or this may even be sea salt, hopefully sea salt, but they'll add this stuff on there. One is a preservative so it doesn't mold because they didn't fully dry it out. And since it wasn't fully dry, obviously, and it has moisture, it can start molding. So the salt does a great job of preventing mold from showing up. And when you get this stuff, it's super salty and it tastes like the ocean. So you think this is the legit stuff if you've never had it. Well, yeah, this ain't it. Like, it's super spongy. It smells like the ocean, but honestly, you wouldn't be able to tell. Like, I didn't know when I first got it. I was like, oh, okay, cool, sea moss, you know, it is what it is. It smells like the ocean. Sea salt on it, yada, yada, yada. But that's not the case at all. When you taste it, when you make it into a gel, it's very chemically. You can taste it. Like, once you've tried the real stuff, you can tell that this is not where it's supposed to be. So yeah, if you're looking at this one, and I'm gonna set this here so you can see, if your sea moss shows up, if you order bulk sea moss from anybody or like a pound of sea moss, whatever it may be, and it looks like this, return it, ask for a refund, because this is not the real deal at all. Yeah, it's just not the real deal. So let's get to the next one. Okay, so the next one here is going to be the Jamaican wild harvested sea moss. Now, this sea moss here is extremely stringy, very dry, brittle. You can snap it if you wanted to, just pop it off. No issues at all with this. This stuff here is top tier sea moss. Usually on the rocks, as they put it, because sea moss will get stuck to rocks and grow that way. So this moss here is top tier. This is just fantastic. This is not the Echemacontini. I believe it's called the Granilia. I'll put it in the bottom for you guys. But that sea moss, this sea moss here, no salt on it, no nothing. This is like, it gets collected, it gets stuck on the rocks in like shallow regions of, you know, coastal areas, and then they just pluck it off. And this is how it comes. This stuff is yeah, this stuff's good. When it comes to making sea moss gel with it, you need a little bit more than what you usually would, but this stuff right here is top tier. So if you find some of this, like if you find a merchant that's selling this kind of sea moss, go ahead and pick that up, because you're gonna really enjoy this sea moss. So this one here is the Condis Crypsis. This is the one that everybody's looking for. This is the legit 100% Irish sea moss, right? You can only get it in cold coastal regions like in the Atlantic Ocean, essentially. You can get it in Ireland or Maine or along the New England territories, find it along the coast there. And this stuff here, just everything looks different about it, right? So this one's super dry, of course, but it's super flat, stringy. And this is the stuff that Dr. Sebi mentioned in his videos. He mentioned this one. He did say he got his from Honduras, which is, they usually in Honduras have the kind we have, but I'll show you that in a second. But some folks have said you can actually find Condis Crypsis, which is this one, sometimes in the Caribbean. It just has to be in really deep waters where it's nice and cold for the most part. I cannot confirm or deny that, but I will be taking a look for myself in the upcoming future to see if I can find some. But this stuff here is like, this is totally, like, this is real, 100% real, Condis Crypsis. When it comes to gelling this, I definitely would prefer you use a bottom blender instead of a horizontal blender, but that'll be a different video as well. I'll show you all the differences in just using a blender for different types of sea moss. But yeah, this stuff right here is top tier, god tier, fantastic sea moss. And if you find some at a good price, go ahead and get some. Honestly, get some. All right, so the last sea moss I want to show you guys is the sea moss that we sell here. So this is 4 different kinds, and I'm going to show you each one real quick. So this is the green sea moss here, just a very nice green algae. It is dry. It has one central vein because we sell 100% wild crafted. So what that means is that this had man-made intervention in a sense where they'll take off, let's say, a piece like this, and then they'll wrap it around a rope that's in the ocean and allow it to grow that way. We went this route instead of the Condus crypsis route because in order to obtain Condus crypsis, you have to go out and harvest it from the ocean floors. And in St. Lucia and some other areas, they over-harvested their sea moss, which resulted in them no longer having actual sea moss. So we didn't want to do too much of that. But we will be doing Condus crypsis every once in a while as like a special gem for you all. But yeah, this is why we went with this. But this is a good way to tell if it is 100% wild crafted, because people get the names mixed up a lot. And then the next one's going to be, this is our gold. So the gold one here is the driest of them all and the most brittle of them all as well. And you may be wondering about the color variation. From my research, it essentially comes down to where in the water the sea moss is grown or where it's growing. So the deeper in the water, the more nutrients it gets, and it gets darker and darker. The higher up it gets more sunlight and it's, lighter. So this is what we got here. This one is the gold one from St. Lucia, and it just breaks off very beautifully. And then the next one here is going to be our purple. So the purple one here is the one with the most nutrients. It's deep from the bottom of the ocean and just gets all the nutrients from that. Again, it has a central vein here, so they have to dive down deep when they put this in there so it could grow and get all that dark bottom nutrients. Less sunlight, a little bit darker, and that's how it turns out. Super dry as well. It does have some sand on it from being so low, but this is not salt, it's sand. And then the last one here is going to be our full spectrum. The full spectrum is essentially just green, purple, and the gold all mixed into one. That way you can get a bit of each one of the colors and flavors here if you want it. And again, this is a little more sand, but super dry, super brittle. And I'm gonna show you that one here, that central vein. And so that's like the central vein right there because it was tied on the rope. And that's how you get it. All right, so I have all 4 of the sea moss here, so I can just break it down for you. This here is the fake sea moss. We went over how this looks, how it feels, how it smells, and you see how thick it is, right? This just is not where it's at. So if you come across this at all in the store, make sure you stay away. This is not good for your health. And the reason why I say that is because they use chemicals to try and replicate the ocean feel, the ocean nutrients and everything. They use these chemicals to grow this. So you want to stay away from this as much as possible. I've had it, I've tried it, I've tasted it, I used it for a while, and I didn't know the difference. But now that I know better, I can do better, and I can pass it on to you guys. This right here is ours. This is the Edgeworth Drive, the purple variant here. This one, you can tell the difference because you see like a thick vein like this. That's how you know it was tied on a rope. But remember, this one is 100% wild crafted, which means that humans did help with this. This, it would be called 100%, some people call it ocean farmed or wild farmed, however they want to put it, but be careful because I ordered some of this from somebody that said it was 100% ocean crafted, which should have looked like this, but it looked like this. So you have to be very careful when you're ordering from sea moss providers because a lot of them either don't know that they're lying to you or lying to you on purpose to flip a buck. The next one here is going to be the Jamaican wild harvested, which means this one was done in the wild, no man-made intervention. Someone came out, dove in the water with their boats and found this stuff. This one's gonna cost you a lot of money, and so is this one here, the Condus crypsis, because someone has to literally go out, dive in the ocean to obtain these two, right? They're the greatest, but they're also the rarest, which means they're gonna cost you more money. So if we had to rank it off into tiers, these two right here would be top tier. The one we sell here would be mid tier, and this is trash tier. Never touch this, never use it. I just have this here for experimentation purposes for you all. Do not taste, drink, smell, whatever, just don't use this. My biggest concern, though, I wanna make sure you guys understand, is when you buy a sea moss gel from somebody, you don't know what type of sea moss they're using. So you need to pay very close attention to any of their Instagram videos, YouTube videos, when they're showing off the sea moss and how it looks, because it looks like this, it's garbage, okay? Don't buy that gel. because once you gel it up, you might not actually know the difference, especially if you get one that has like the cranberries in it or elderberry and stuff and flavor with mangoes and stuff. You won't be able to tell the difference for the most part. So do your best to do your research on what someone's selling you, or just make your own sea moss gel because it's super easy. And this is ours here. Again, the purple one, the Jamaican Wild Harvested, and this is the Condus crypsis from the Atlantic. So it'd be Maine or like Rhode Island, Boston, stuff like that. Any place that has, or any one of those New England territories, usually you can find some Condus crypsis if you go out looking for it. All right, so yeah. So I hope you learned something from that. I hope you were able to learn a nice distinguishing factor between the sea moss you would see at like a supermarket or something like that, and you know it's fake, or some of the stuff you order online. I want to make sure you know exactly what you're getting because, you know, health is wealth and whatnot. You only get one life, so might as well live it to the best of your abilities. So yeah, if you want to order any of our sea moss, you're more than welcome to. I would love that actually. You can go check out our website. The description is down below, or the link is down below in the description. You can go ahead and do that. And yeah, we have half ounce and 4 ounces of sea moss, and we're also giving away for free too. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and check us out. But do me a solid favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video. Greatly appreciate it, and would love to hear in the comments what you would like to see more of. We have a lot of sea moss, and what type of topics you'd like to see related to sea moss. All right, I got stuff to do, and I know you do too. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. You have a beautiful and amazing day. That was a good, that was well done. I think I did good on that one. Yes. Good job, me. Wow.